All right, y'all, so here we go with my open and honest pregnancy Q&A. Lots of you asked me lots of questions. I'm not gonna get to them all. I'm gonna get to most of them, which is good. And I just ask that you not be judgy, because when I'm talking about these things, some women think that you need to do things this way or that way or whatever. This is just the way that I've chosen to do things. So if you could just be supportive rather than judgy, I would really appreciate that. Okay, so here we go. Most of the things that you wanted to know. First question is from Evie. Could you talk about how your diet or food has been now that you're pregnant? The first 12 weeks I didn't want to eat anything, but I had to keep eating or I would be sick. Other than that, I've just pretty much kept to everything I was doing before. As you guys know, I like eating healthy and exercising, not to like some obsessive degree, but I love, you know, keep maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and I've honestly just kept that the whole entire time. Some days it's been really hard not to eat an entire pizza, but I have pretty good self-control, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do that because that's not good for me. That's not good for the baby. So my diet and food has been pretty much the same since I've been pregnant. Jenna says, are you going to teach your child Dutch since Daniel is from Holland? Yes, we are going to teach the baby Dutch. Daniel is probably, most likely, only gonna talk to the baby in Dutch so that the baby learns Dutch. That's really important to us. It's really important to Daniel. And so this little baby is gonna speak 2 languages. One that some of you speak, because I know some of y'all are from the Netherlands. Savannah says, will you do a video about your birth plan? The answer to that is no, because, again, no judgment, I don't have a birth plan. The doctors asked me, what is your birth plan? My doctor's wonderful. And I said, my birth plan is to get the baby out of my body, whatever is the safest way for the baby and for myself. That is my birth plan. And I don't have a lot of ways that I've always envisioned doing things or things like that. I'm not very particular about things, and I'm not particular about having a birth plan. No judgment against women who do have birth plans, obviously. My birth plan is to trust my doctor and the midwives. I have doctors and midwives all in the one practice that I go to, and they're all incredible, and I trust all of them, and my birth plan is whatever is safest so that I'm safe, so that the baby's safe. And Violet said, if need be, would you opt for a C-section? If need be, absolutely. I want to be safe, and I want the baby to be safe. And if it happens that a C-section is necessary, absolutely, I will opt for that. I have many, many friends who have delivered naturally. I've had many, many friends who delivered by C-section. And the plan is to give birth naturally, but if I have to have a C-section, if need be, definitely. Sabrina said, aren't you afraid of everyone saying you give birth to your son in the hospital? Are you terrified of childbirth? No. Because these people watch people give birth all day long, so I'm not really fazed by the fact that they're gonna watch me give birth. Is it like kind of a personal thing for everyone to kind of see down there? Yeah, I guess, but it's something that they do every day. And so that's what I've just resigned myself to think. Like, they see this all the time, and they do this all the time, all day long, multiple times a day. And so for them, I'm essentially, you know, I'm a patient that they care about, but essentially it's just another baby that they're delivering, and they've seen it 1,000+ times again and again and again. So the second part of that, are you terrified of childbirth? Not really, because my body as a woman is like, you know, with my baby inside my body, like my body is designed for that. And so I'm not really terrified. Maybe I will be, I don't know, as it gets closer, but right now I'm not really that afraid. Obviously it's gonna be really painful. It's gonna be really, really, really painful, but am I terrified of it? No, because I know that there's an end to it, that like I'm not gonna go into labor and be in labor for the rest of my life. That gives me a lot of peace, but I'm not terrified of it. But that could change in the next couple weeks. Mia, there's a lot of people who ask random questions not about pregnancy, and I'm answering Mia's because I thought it was so interesting. She said, do you have a speech impediment? Not that I'm aware of. Noelle said, have you gotten any negative comments about your pregnancy / plans for the baby? How do you deal with them? Not really, because I don't really talk about it with a lot of people. That's what I've learned. If you don't talk about things with people or like anything like that, it doesn't give them an opportunity to be negative about it. I know so many friends who receive negative comments from a lot of their family members and things like that. My family is super chill and supportive, and Daniel's family is super chill and supportive, and that's really, really helpful in this whole process. They haven't made any negative comments about what we're planning or anything we're planning or not planning or anything like that, which has been really helpful, because negative comments when you're pregnant, I can't even imagine. I've received negative comments about my body. People have said some weird stuff about my body, but those you just brush off because people are just weird. Elsie said, I don't know if this is too personal, but are you planning on nursing? Not too personal. I am planning on nursing, but again, I don't know how that's gonna go. For some women, it's very, you know, easy and simple, and it like works really well from the beginning. And for some women, nursing is very, 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 very hard. I just want the baby to be happy and safe and healthy. I want to be happy and safe and healthy. So the plan is to nurse, but if that goes totally awry, I know that I'll be fine because I don't like have a plan for the whole thing. Obviously there's a lot of benefits to nursing, but ultimately if your baby's fed, as they say, if your baby's fed is best. And so that's the plan. We'll see how that goes. Jane says, how has this journey affected your relationship with Daniel? Have you gotten closer? Yes, this journey has been so positive and beautiful for Daniel and I to definitely get closer to one another, but to realize that this, our dear sweet son, is like the fruit of our love, and he's a tangible sign of our love for one another. That's absolutely incredible. I love when Daniel can feel the baby. I love when Daniel can talk to the baby, and it's definitely brought us closer. It's been just, not that our relationship was tumultuous before I got pregnant. It wasn't at all. Our relationship is very, very peaceful. Our relationship is really, really smooth because we work on our communication all the time and our expectations and all those things. Our marriage is very, very smooth, but it's been really, really peaceful and joyful between the two of us. Just anticipating the baby and talking about the baby has been really, really fun. So we've definitely gotten closer, and that's been really enjoyable because we're gonna need a lot of teamwork once this baby comes. We're gonna need a lot of communication once this baby comes. We're gonna need a lot of saying our expectations out loud when this baby comes. And thankfully, we have a lot of practice in that. Anna said, what will your career look like with a baby? This little baby is gonna hit the road with me next year. So if you come to any of the events that I'm speaking at, you will probably get to see the baby. I'm going to not travel as much as I once did. I'm gonna like cut back a lot because I was traveling a ton, speaking all over America and all over the world. That's not possible with a baby, but I'm just gonna do a couple of events per month, and he and I are gonna go out together. I'll probably have someone come with me to some of the events, some of the bigger events where I need someone to hold the baby while I'm talking, because I don't want to be giving it a women's session and have him just crying his eyes out. Wouldn't work very well. But I'm gonna keep doing YouTube videos. I'm gonna keep, you know, if I can, going on Instagram Live and all those things. But my duties to motherhood will obviously trump my career. But that doesn't mean that I'm, you know, gonna stop making videos or stop going live or stop, you know, my ministry to all of you, because it's really important to me. And that's something that Daniel wants to support me in as well. And the baby can just come along with that and just be really cute. Angelina said, how many children do you plan to have and why? I don't plan to have any number of kids. As you guys know, Daniel and I don't use contraception in our marriage, so we could have any number of children. I come from 4, Daniel comes from 6. We are not planning any number of children. We are honestly just giving that over to God, and say, like, because God already knows how many kids we're gonna have. He knows all of their names. He knows the days that they're gonna be born. It's pretty incredible. So we don't, there's no like amount of children that we plan to have, or a reason that we plan to have that amount of children. We are seriously, truly, and completely open to God's plan for our family. And sometimes that's a little scary, but it's pretty awesome because God knows me way better than I know myself, and God knows what's best for our family way better than I or Daniel knows what's best for our family. Honestly, I believe that. Can you explain the feeling of knowing there's a baby growing inside of you, says Marissa. What is the experience like? My goodness, it is, I mean, I like, there's no words for it. Like, he's here right now. I've started to be able to feel his limbs, right? So I told Daniel the other day, I said, if you feel right here, like you can feel his limbs. Like, I don't know if it's, I haven't been able to tell if it's his legs or his little booty or what it is, but like you can feel his shape. The feeling of knowing that there's a baby growing inside of you is such an honor and a privilege and like crazy all at the same time. He's moving right now. He's moving. He's like putting his little limb right here. There's this one little spot right next to my belly button where he puts one of his limbs all the time, and he's doing it right now, and it's just crazy. I talked about this in one of my videos. It's very natural and normal, and it feels so much more normal than I thought it would. Obviously, it took getting used to have this person moving around in me all the time, but it feels very natural and normal and good. Whew. Joanna, did you plan to have a baby at this point in your life, or did you plan on having him later or earlier? I didn't have any plan for that. Daniel and I have been married for 2.5 years. I am 29, for those of you who have asked before. I'm 29 years old. So I'll have my first baby at 29, and I never really had a plan. God just like gave us the baby, and I was like, oh my gosh, all right, here we go. Lo says, has your exercise changed? Yes, I used to love running. I used to love squatting and doing all these different kinds of things. I've had to make modifications. I still exercise all the time. I love teaching this little guy how to sweat, and you should see the way the men at the gym look at me when I'm lifting weights next to them. It is the best thing ever. Women at the gym smile at me because they're all like girl power. But the men in the gym look at me with like such incredulous faces. I mean, their looks of disbelief are so classic. I wish I could take photos of them, but it's so amazing that I'm lifting next to them, especially on Monday nights. Our gym is really full on Monday nights. On Monday nights, I'm just there amidst all the men, and this little person, not a little person, big person in my body, is there lifting with me, and the men are just like, oh my gosh. And I just want to be like, us women, we're gritty people. We're gritty people. We got power, so watch out. So my exercises change in terms of modifying what I do, but I'm still exercising all the time. Katie said, is it difficult sometimes with body image? True story, honestly. I have never felt so comfortable in my body in my whole entire life. I was a dancer for a long, long time, and for so long I just tried to control my body and like fit it into this shape and this mold and like fit it into the cookie cutter of what I thought was beautiful and what I thought the world says like is beauty. And I would, you know, exercise and eat in a certain way to make my body look a certain way. Now that I'm pregnant and now that I've been growing this little guy, I've just eaten and exercised in order to take care of myself fully and completely for the first time ever. I've gotten to that point where I was doing that to a certain degree, right? To exercise because I love my body, not because I hate it, and all those different kinds of things. Like I had learned to do that to a degree, but there was always that tiny little part of me that wanted to, and it's not a bad thing to want our bodies to look a certain way or to do fitness in order to, you know, get toned muscles or things like that. That's not bad at all. I'm not condemning that at all. I'm talking to my own experience, my own body, to just like try to control my body and not like be the 100% just really, really loving it and taking care of it. I've done that for the first time 100% in the last many months, and it has been so freeing. It's been so freeing and so beautiful, and it's something that I want for all women. Is the freedom that I feel in my body right now to just love it and to take care of it and to eat well and to exercise and just to love the body that I've been given. I have no idea what I'm gonna feel about my body once this baby comes out and I have this, you know, I have like this extra skin and all this different kinds of stuff and whatever happens to your body after you give birth. But right now I just feel really, really free. It has been the easiest part of this whole thing, honestly, has been to embrace my body and just the changes that it's made and the weight that I've gained and all those different kinds of things. Like it's just been so easy to accept because I know it's all for the good of my son. Oh gosh, no, I'm getting emotional. It's all for his good, the changes, and it's all for, you know, the end result of seeing him in the end is all like the changes that have gone on in my body. Like it's for his life, and it's just, oh my gosh. I would do it all over again in a heartbeat, and I haven't even seen him yet. Maria said, is it difficult to sleep? I'm still sleeping through the night. I toss and turn sometimes because my belly's getting pretty big, but I have had an easier time sleeping than I ever thought I would. Oh my gosh. I'm still sleeping through the night most nights without even going to the bathroom, which is pretty incredible. Because I know some women say they get up like 4 times a night. I'm still not getting up in the night, and I'm sleeping really well, which I'm really enjoying because I know once he comes, I'm not gonna be sleeping that well. One of you asked, what are you most excited for? Mostly, I'm excited to look this baby in the eyes. I'm gonna get emotional again. I cannot believe that he will be born, and then I'm going to look in the eyes of my very own son. It's funny because like this baby right here, he's like a foot from my face, is the baby that I'm going to be looking in the eyes of, and I just can't see him right now. But I can't believe that he's gonna look at me and I'm gonna be the person that he wants and that he needs. Is like, oh my gosh. It's like just so crazy. Oh my gosh, I'm like pregnancy emotional woman, but there's just so many emotions, right? We're all women, you guys know emotions. Just to look at him and to see like what color his eyes are. I'm really excited to see what he looks like between Daniel and I. He could look all different kinds of ways, but just to have him look at me for the first time, I know it's gonna be really special. And something that I'll remember forever. Like, this baby made me a mother, no matter how, like if this is the only child God gives us, or if God gives us, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 more. Like, this is like the baby that made me a mother. Y'all, oh my gosh. I know it's gonna be really, really special, and I hope I have the whereabouts, no matter how our labor and delivery turns out. I hope I have the whereabouts to be able to see Daniel hold the baby for the first time, because goodness, watching the man who you are in love with, who has promised his entire life to you, hold your very own child, I cannot even imagine what that must feel like. I can't even imagine what that's gonna be like to see Daniel hold the baby. So there you have it. He's in here and he's gonna be out of here really, really soon, and I can't wait to introduce him to you guys. I can't wait to show him to you and like hold him up to you in a video. It's gonna be so fun, but don't worry. I'm still gonna be doing videos. I'm still gonna be encouraging you guys and empowering you and supporting you and becoming the women that God created you to be, and learning to believe in yourselves and love yourselves. So there you have it. My tell-all emotional pregnancy question and answer. I hope that's sufficient for you. Me crying my eyes out. That's all for today. Please subscribe to my channel to join the party. I would love for you to do that. Other than that, this little baby and I will talk to you soon, and you will all get to see what he looks like, and I will get to see what he looks like so very, very soon. Praise be to God for that. Amen. Hallelujah. Talk to you soon. Bye.